back. Yes, sir. We got a chance to hydrate, make some adjustments. It's time to finish it off. You know what I mean? Start fast, finish even faster. With that being said, Pat Pete, at the end of the game, you got a chance to dap some of your former teammates up, colleagues and things like that. But there was a camera following you. I don't even know. I don't know who the cameraman was, but he was right there up on you. You feel me? He was following you. And we just kept hearing, Pat P say, where's Steve Keim? You don't know who Steve Keim is? He's the current general manager for the Arizona Cardinals. You said he's running from you. I didn't see him in a uniform. So I didn't know exactly what you were talking about in regards to Steve Keim running from you. But you were still fired up. The game was over, but for you still had things on your mind. Can you elaborate a little bit about the situation, the relationship, or the lack thereof between you and the current general manager for the Arizona Cardinals, your former team?
All right, Mac, just like pro fantasy football. It's my last time talking about this.
This is okay. Y'all heard what the man here.
Last time talking about
this is last time talking about this. So make sure you're tuned in and you're paying attention. You got your notes or whatever you need to have. And this could be the unique thing before you get into your discussion, Pat P. A lot of people feel like you're bitter to the organization. And I have reiterated this time and time again. You have no issue with the organization. You just have an issue with someone.
Right.
Someone, and you're about to talk about that situation, that issue right now. The floor is yours.
I'm not bitter in any, stretch of imagination, toward the organization. I'm just laying out facts.
Okay. What's the facts, my guy?
Happened to me while I was a part of that organization. I feel like being one of, an all-time great, doing things that nobody's done in that organization as far as going to 8 straight Pro Bowls. Obviously other guys have done things in the community and done other great things, for that organization as well. I just felt like I shouldn't have been treated in that manner, especially, like I said, like the note thing. That was one thing.
What was the note about? Yeah, tell us about that note.
Yeah, like I said in the interview, the note came from a fan, John H. Berry. He owns like some type of construction company. I remember it vividly. I still have the letter. I just have to find it. Talking about, how he won't be a fan no more as long as I'm on the team. Talking about I tackle like a girl. Just all type of like negative stuff. So as I'm reading it, I didn't even finish it. I'm like, damn, like.
So hold on. The note was where? How did you get the note?
It was on my chair after a practice.
Okay, so someone within the facility put that note in your locker.
Boom. Yep. Gotcha. So I'm like, damn, because I'm thinking I got fined. So I'm like, wow, it's Wednesday. Thursday, because it was on a Thursday. I'm like, I tell you typically get your fines on Wednesday. So I'm like, all right, boom, open it up. First thing I see is like, I know you hear the chatter, talk is cheap. I'm like, damn, the hell this is about. So boom, so now, first thing, headline, John H. Berry got his construction name, all that stuff on there. And he goes, that's when the letter goes. I just probably read like the first 2 paragraphs. I'm like, man, why the fuck am I reading this from a fan?
Yeah.
Then I thought about, why am I getting this from somebody within the organization from a fan? So that kind of threw me for a loop. And it was the week before, I'm telling you, it was the week before the Cleveland game. And I don't know if you know, go back to that game. I played with a lot of energy and emotions in that game as well. When I got the interception, I threw the ball in the stands.
Why did you throw the ball in the stands?
Because I heard the chatter. That's what the letter said. I hear the chatter.
Yeah.
That's why I was doing this. I don't know if you remember that either. So anytime, like you said, somebody got to really take me there to get me to chirp or, to get to my, per se, bad side in a sense. But yeah, that happened. That was in 2018, maybe 19.
I think it was 19.
That was, we played Cleveland.
Yeah, I think it was 19.
19. So boom, that happened. So now moving on to Keim, we have our, like I told you before, we have our exit meetings, had our exit meeting with him for the last 10 years. Every year I've been there, always had an exit meeting with the coaches, himself, and with anybody else that's up in the front office that, I feel like I was a part of the franchise, having him telling me the things we're going to go after in the free agency, this, that, and other. So we had the same conversation we've been having for the last 10 years. Got a picture behind me, behind his desk. Yeah, bro, I want you to retire here, man. Love you to death, da-da-da-da. I won't dare let you go anywhere. I'm like, all right, cool. He started talking about, because I knew they was going to get J.J. Watt before, they even signed him, because he's like, man, we're going to go get a alpha dog. We're going to go get us somebody up front that can really help you out. That's what he's saying. Help you out.
And this is Steve Keim.
Yeah, help you out and the guys on the back end. So I'm like, bet. Yeah, we need that. Hopefully, we're gonna have Chandler back. You get JJ. Now we trying to, cook some up for a recipe for success. And then he was like, then he went into the money situation. We ain't gonna have much money, but I promise you, we're gonna do everything that we can to keep you around. So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, so now free agency go by, hit Steve. I'm like, yo, Steve, ain't rushing anything, but free agency about to start. I'm really not trying to talk to no other teams. I want to, get something settled with you guys. Now you guys know what the salary cap is. And mind you, I know they already know what the cap number is. Now, we don't know what the number is. That's the last conversation that we had. He said, no, I don't really know what the cap number is right now. I got to get with the, with the team and see, where we at. So I'm like, boom, 2 weeks go by. Now a week about to start, free agency about to start a week. So now I go on my family vacation every year, with the kids for spring break. So now I go on spring break, hit Steve with another text. Yo, Steve, about to go on, family vacation, for a week. I'm gonna be away from my phone, just trying to see if I'm in your future. Let me know. If not, I'll start making plans elsewhere. Nothing happened to him. So I'm like, all right, boom. He just showed me, boom, they ain't messing with me. Because now I ain't hear from you in 3 months after you told me in January that you're going to do. And in the midst of this, they just signed J.J. Watt as well. So like I said, I knew all of this was going to happen. So I'm thinking I'm up next. So now, like I said, I hit Steve up, like, yo, Steve, I know it's a week out for free agency to officially start. I'm about to head on vacation. Just let me know, because if so, I can start, looking for teams while I'm on vacation versus, just hanging around. You got me just hanging around like a little doll or whatever. So about the night before free agency started, I think I called him. I left him a voicemail or something like that. So he didn't pick it up. So I ended up calling my agent. I was like, man, bump it. Let's just
see what's out there.
Yeah, I was like, man, bump it. He ain't returning no calls. He don't want nothing to do with me. It is what it is. Soon as I sign, I get this long text message.
From who?
From no other than Steve Keim. I'm like, come on, bro. Are you serious right now, man? So for me, that's where the disrespect just went, to me, at an all-time high. Because you're a general manager, you see your phone every day. You see your phone every second.
Yeah.
So you can't be like, and I know everybody's busy. And I'm not saying that I'm your girlfriend or your chick or anything like that. But just be like, all right, P, we moving on. I'm fine with that. I'm a grown man, like I said before. P, we moving on. We love your 10 years here, bro. We just moving in another direction. Versus saying, oh, we're going to do everything that we can, da-da-da-da-da, then don't have no communication. And then when we don't have no communication, you want to shoot me a text an hour right after I sign?
Yeah. And like you said, you were kind of waiting based on what he told you, so you wasn't aggressively seeing exactly what else was out there, because you wanted to come back to AZ, and he told you they were going to bring you back, right?
Right. And so for the people who saying, oh, it's been 2 years, yeah, it's been 2 years, right? But at the same time, I'm still waiting on the phone call and I just go to show he still ain't a man of his word. He still haven't called me back.
So it's basically it's about the principle for you,
right?
The principle.
That's what I'm about. And like Mac, I'm a man's man. I am a man's man.
So let me ask you this question, Pat. In regards to that letter that came from the fan, who do you think had dealings with that for that to get in front of you? Because fans send players a lot of mail, right, and you don't get the chance to see everything. But for that statement, that letter to be put on your locker, it felt like they wanted you to see it or something like that.
Oh, they definitely wanted me to see it because it said clearly, I know you hear the chatter, talk is cheap. So apparently, it was meant for me to see it.
Wow. And that's what kind of got you fired up, and that's why you still fired up, because of the principle, the lack thereof.
Right.
And based on everything you talked about, what you've done for the organization, like potential Hall of Famer, you know what I mean, and the community, and you just felt like you just wanted him to be straight up.
That's it. And let's get this straight as well. I have no hard feelings against the Cardinal fans. I don't know why they keep coming at my neck. I have nothing against them. I'm just talking about my time that I had in that building. Period.
Yeah.
And that's just the facts. ain't no way around that.
Pat P, do you think the trade request in 2018, had anything to do with his disconnect? And then, of course, that kind of rubbed fans the wrong way as well when you requested that trade in 2018.
My thing, I don't know, Mac, but at the same time, like, as a player, you have only so many. I'm just blessed to be able to play 12 years so far, right? You only have so many opportunities to make the best of your opportunity.
Yep.
And at that time, they weren't they were not in a winning state of mind. You could just tell the way they was building the team, the way ever since BA left, it just everything wasn't the same. I'm going into year 8. I'm like, hey, I'm about to start double digits. I'm trying to win a championship. And that's what I'm playing the game for, to win a championship. And that's all that matters to me at this point, because at that time I had 8 Pro Bowls, I had 3 All-Pros at the time. Well on my way to be, on the all-decade team. Only thing, been to the NFC Championship, only thing I felt that I was missing was playing in the big game. And I felt like they was not giving us the best opportunity to play in the big game. That's just the truth of the matter. And for a player, why would I want to sit there in somebody else comfortability of being comfortable with where they're at? I just don't make any sense. And I don't know if, like I said, if that did rub the fans the wrong way. At the end of the day, I'm P2. Like, I'm Patrick Peterson. Like, I'm my own entity at the end of the day. Just like the Cardinals, they're their own entity.
Yep.
If they had the option to trade somebody before a deadline, they would do it.
Oh, no question. That's the nature of the game in the NFL. That's how I rock and roll.
But I am an ultimate team player. Love my teammates. Love every last one of my teammates that I ran across while I was there.
Yeah.
That was the only right or bad thing that, that I felt that, bad spot in my career there, just the way it ended. And it was all about, just like I said, just the way it ended as far as the way they handled certain things. And I just felt like if you could have been straight up with me and just told me what it was, none of this could have happened. Like, we could have both went our ways, smiling and, enjoying our different lives.
Did you get a chance? Let me ask you a question, and we're going to move on. This past Sunday, pregame warm-ups, when people on the football field on the sideline, did you see Steve Keim? Did he say anything to you? Did he look your way? What was that like? Did you see him?
I didn't see him. I did see him after, because my boy Adrian Wilson did holler at me. I obviously play with A-Dub, and he's in the front office right now. A big, influencer on helped me on how to watch film, honestly. He's one of the guys who I watched a ton of film with my first 2 seasons. that I played with him in Arizona. But he was the only one that I had an opportunity. And matter of fact, he came and found me, and that's real love.
No question.
That's real love right there.
No question. And do you think some of the other past?
And that's when I knew it was fake love. You said you love me, but you don't even come say anything. But you.
Well, he probably felt some type of way based on the last dialogue you guys had.
But you still got my number.
I mean,
last time I checked, you said you were gonna call me back.
Well, if he was to call you now, what would you say?
Now?
Yeah.
Nah, we need. I would like to. I don't want to explain nothing on no tube. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah. What would you say?
Honestly, I don't know.
Do you think any other past Cardinal players kind of went through the same thing you went through in the lack of transparency during free agency for them? Or you think you're like the outlier in regards to how your process was handled, even though you meant a lot to the organization while you was there?
No, I think it happens all the time.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason, like I said, again why it hit so different, because like you can call me, I could be at a movie with my wife and kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, P, we got this free agency in here. Can you come over to Ocean 44, break a little bread with us?
Yeah.
Try to get them to come over to the team. Oh, sure. Let me see it. Oh, babe, just got a call. They need me to come in and try to, get a free agency signing. Boom. This is multiple times. Like I'm on the off season. I don't have to do that.
No question.
But for me being a team guy, me wanting to win, boom, I'm in there because I'm loyal to the team. I'm loyal to the squad. I'm trying to win. I felt like we built a relationship. You know what I mean? It's not like it was another, you drafted me. Like this is supposed to be family. If that's what, you know what I mean? If that's what it really is, so that's, like I said, that's why it was different. Like, cause another free agent can come in and sign. Yeah, they may do that to them, but that's different. You know what I mean? That's different. You picked me 5th overall to be a decision, a game changer, to be someone that you can rely on for years and years to come, right? Someone that you can, have a part of to be happy to have a part of your franchise. And then for you to do the things that you did, I just feel like that wasn't professional. That wasn't respectful. That wasn't. It's a lot of words I want to say, but I don't want to use those words. But
yeah, well, that's the thing about the National Football League and in a lot of professions, the people of power that has the responsibility to bring people in or to allow people to leave, they don't know how to be transparent and be real. That's the best way to keep respect and to earn respect.
Right.
Like, Pete, we want to bring you back. I don't know right now how it's going to look. You know what I mean? Of course, we have you in our plans, but it's a 50-50 opportunity right now. We don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was telling you that because they don't know exactly which direction they wanted to go, but they wanted to make sure that they had you as an insurance policy so you wouldn't really see what's out there in the market. And then when they found out, we're going to go a different direction. I don't know how to break the news to him. Maybe fear played a big part in that. Who knows? But to whom much is given, much is expected. When you have that type of role in an organization, when you have that type of role in the company, you have to be the one that's okay in having the most difficult conversations.
Yeah. Then you say you offer me a contract. I never got no contract offer.
Oh, they say they said that they put that out in the pipe.
I think somebody said that a reporter asked me that said that they say they offered me a contract. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I'm like, no, I ain't offered.
But you didn't get an offer at all?
No. Never even spoke numbers.
Wow. I know you felt some type of way about that. That's disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. Never even spoke numbers. Didn't have a conversation about nothing about.
Well, P2, I can tell you this much. The lack of transparency allowed you to go to a different destination, different team, and the Minnesota Vikings are happy. Steve Keim didn't talk to you because guess what? You're rocking that purple and gold right now.